Questions are a great way to get to know people better. They're also a great way to actually persuade and influence people to work with you if you are asking really, really good questions. And I was reminded of that when I recorded my podcast with Alison Edgar this week. She's a sales expert and she shared some of her great questions in that podcast. Definitely worth a listen. But it's also something that Phil Hesketh, who I know very well, another speaker, a speaker on persuasion and influence, also talks about. He has killer questions. When I first started working with him, he had 25. He now has 50. So I thought it would be quite good to share with you 3 questions that I think are really excellent for getting business that I've used again and again. So here are 3 questions I love. When someone comes to you and wants to book you, or when somebody comes to me, a great question is, why did you choose me? Why is that such a good question? It's a really good question because often it gives you some great language that you can use in your marketing or on your website about yourself, coming from a prospect or a client, telling you exactly why they chose you. And they usually give you insights that you didn't have or you hadn't thought of. Great question to ask. Add that to your list of questions. Another question that I love, and we used to ask a lot in the bureau, I ask it of the speakers I work with: what does success look like? What is success for you? Because if they define that for me, I know if we've achieved it. I know what we're heading towards. I also know if it's realistic and achievable. Really good question to ask. So next time you get booked for a speaking event, what does success look like? Let the client tell you that. And then another great question, and this one I pinched from, I'm trying to remember her name, Patty Sanger, I think is her name, the millionaire matchmaker, which I think in another life, I think I was a matchmaker. So I quite enjoy that program. She asks the question, why love now? I take the word love out and put whatever it is we're talking about, why do you want to focus on this now? It's a really great question. It gives you some huge insights into why are we working on this at the moment? Why is it important? And if you haven't got a good answer to that, actually, then you really need to be asking yourself, is this group of people or is this person really motivated to work on this now? So those are 3 questions that I love. I've got loads, just like Phil Hesketh, but let me just remind you what they were. They are: why did you choose me? What does success look like? And why now? Please share your favourite questions. I'm going to create a collection of great questions, I think. All right.